you don't drink tea guanyin?
They are trimming the grass with the chickens. Your working table is here. You see the border. I like in China the most. I like in China the most everything. Hi dear friends, greetings from Fujian. Now we are in Anxi and I'm preparing our tea guanyin with stems. One of our also quite specific types of tea. Have a very interesting challenge. This time I'm in Fujian for only 2 weeks, but I will participate big tea exhibition in Fujian in the end of the month. And before that, we visit Dehua for porcelain, Anxi, Dehua, and other places for local tea. Now is autumn time, and we need to prepare before the season, place some orders for the next year, discuss some projects, to spend a little bit more time on the factories and the mountains, and have more overtime, meet some new farmers to develop. This is also quite challenging for me sometimes, because when you have some relations, you want to keep them, but also you need to develop something new, and it's all the time a bit not easy. Now I'm sitting in the office of my old friend, which we worked together already, I think, 13 years. Didn't meet each other since COVID, so I have many things to discuss. And regularly, actually, the traditional technology of this tea, you need to break it by machine, and by machine you just kind of remove the stem. But we need to keep small part of it. This is why you need to make it handmade. Yeah, that's quite interesting job to do, and also not easy, because you need firstly you need hands all the time, and you need a lot of time to make it happen. Finally, I'm ready. Now I'm starting my tea tasting, and we try now 7 types of shoopware. It's all organic production from Manhai area, and now we're trying 7 types. Already second infusion. What I like here, it's a view for sure. Fun fact, like many people from Anxi, where we now located, they are like, why you don't drink tea guanyin here? I say yes, because tea guanyin we already tried. We today visited a few manufacturers here. Now we need to try shoopware, because we need to prepare our batch quite soon. While I'm here, I need to be a little bit more hurry in selecting the tea. What I like in China the most, especially I like the hotels in tea regions in China, because you have tea tables like this with a tea tray and all the needed for brewing. Chapan just installed instead of the working table. Your working table is here. So actually you have a place to try the tea. That's awesome. A very humble hotel, quite simple, but still cozy. Now I found new suppliers who are growing Meidrine variety of tea bush, and actually here we have quite old tea plantation, 40 years already. And firstly it was started by the Taiwanese guys actually, and easily you can distinguish that it's organic by this amount of grass everywhere. It means there are no herbicides used. It's all cutted by hand. You can easily compare this plantation to this plantation. You see the border. This is how it looks like plantation which is organic and without using of any herbicides. And this is how it looks a plantation with using of herbicides. The bush is also a little bit weaker plants, but it's also different varieties. So this is Meizhan, and this I think is Huanjingui or something like that. See by the color, and there are no any other plant growing, only tea, and it means all the plants was killed by herbicide. I think it's glyphosate or something. But here we have a border, and here we don't have that. The grass is everywhere. And this is how looks like the old bush of Meizhan, Lao Tsung in Chinese, old bush. Actually, yeah, here you can see it's more than 4 meters high. And these bushes are more than 40 years old, some of them. And yeah, most of them they cut a little bit for easy harvesting, because to harvest from such a bush it's really complicated task. And yes, but they still keep few bushes just to show up how it looks like, this organic tea plantation. Here you can see also a lot of grass between the tea bushes. There are no any herbicides used, and also even they don't cut it too much because they say that yeah, they need to spend a lot of labor to cut it down, so they do it not all the time but just before harvesting. And here they also put some more higher bushes. One more picture for comparison. This plantation with fertilizers, glyphosate, and here is without. A very big difference. And also downstairs there, you can see this plot. Actually, this plot, it's all will be a little bit cleaned out, not like here, but like here, to harvest Meizhan tea. It was a little bit abandoned for a couple of years because it was not so good economical situation. But now the farmers are preparing to make a few organic. Now I'm on a factory for tea guanyin production. Here we have now fermentation process. This is a special room for cooling down the fermentation inside the room. This is a long process to make proper tea guanyin tea, especially Tosuan technology, which we use. It's also non-san technology. We need old leaf, pretty big, like this, flesh. Mostly here it's harvested by hands, and actually, yeah. This is tea without any fertilizers actually. So it's not certified as organic, but it's clean because they just don't put any pesticide on it. It's eaten by the bugs. Process such a strong leaf, you need much longer time. And it means that you are actually spend at least one more day to process, so spend more space, more work, but the tea very intense flavor and aroma. This is actually, maybe you tried before, our tea guanyin Tolo type. That's actually it. This is our master technologist who are working for the project already for a few years. The aroma here, it's insane. I like it. Cultural appropriation, sorry, but it was provided by the locals, so I'm wearing the Chinese hat, sorry. For those who really worry, I know few. We are on organic tea plantation in Zhangzhou, and here the boss of this factory, Li Fang, a lady who was a doctor, and 20 years ago she started the organic tea guanyin, tea garden. Plantation itself, it actually started around 20 years ago. It's around 2,000 hectares of land here, and they are growing only organic tea guanyin cultivar. So on this plantation we only grow tea guanyin variety. Actually here you can see, yeah, organic even tastes different. As soon as you see a lot of grass in between, you can easily see that there are no herbicides used, because when you use herbicide there are no grass at all, and you need to trim it all by hand. And this is actually one of the very rare developments in Fujian in general, because for growing a oolong you need to try a lot, because the oolong tea tree is very, how to say, fragile for pests and for other species, and it needs fertilizer. So if you need to grow organic, it's really challenging. 2,000 hectares actually. Many of other trees also planted together with tea to create a shade, like Dehua, and also cinnamon, zhogui actually. Yeah, and also some trees which are used for producing the skinned material, for instance, like chenxiang tree and so on. Yeah, and also to actually protect the trees, you need to make it by hand all the time, like here, because you can't use any kind of fertilizers, so you need to clean it like that, and they do it all by hand. The same with trimming the grass and all the rest. This is also takes a lot of effort. And here is actually the fertilizer. It's from the sheep on Inner Mongolia, so they use it as a fertilizer. To bring it here to unload, and to use it for the organic farming. And actually they not only grow the tea itself, but also grow many other vegetables, fruits, trees, and whatever. Dragon fruit also, they have some bananas, some vegetables, whatever. So it's all about organic farming. This is actually organic farm, and also this farm use water from the mountain, and also because they have some small hotel, they also grow here the food for the restaurant, so they have kind of fully independent supply. And even the ducks there, quite huge advantage. They will have their own fish, their own meat, their own vegetables, their own fruits, and their own tea, and it's all organic. Dragon fruit actually one of the most difficult plant for here. Not only dragon fruit, but yeah, you see it's all eaten by the small termites, and ants. So actually they need to, maybe I've seen many times in Taiwan, in different places, how they grow dragon fruit. It never felt such a suffering from the pests. Yeah, so you see, they try to grow a little, but still it's very difficult. So actually for the organic farming, one of the biggest challenge also to still taking care about the nature, trying to fight the pests, but fight in a mindful way and the sustainable way. So it's very challenging actually, because the nature just want to be itself. Nature don't care about your agricultural practices and what do you want to grow. But actually, when you want to create same time some product, you need a little bit fight the nature in a peaceful way. Yeah, so to fight with the pests, fight with the ants. Yeah, and this is very difficult to keep it on. And this is why organic farming needs much more job to do. And this is why, of course, it's a more expensive product. Now, finally, we are on a chicken tea farm. I think you've never seen something like that. Behind me is the tea bushes and chickens. And actually, if you look here, it looks like, wow, fertilizers everywhere. There are no any grass, so they are trimming the grass with the chickens. And also they are not only trimming the grass with the chickens, but also they fertilize the soil, and the chickens also eat all the bugs. So this is why the tea plant really looks very clean. Wow. Oh, that's really great advantage. I will share these practices with other farmers because it's a good idea to fight the bugs with the chickens. And you don't need any fertilizers also. And at the same time, you also have a chicken farm. Wow, that's finally something. Now we're in a factory in Zhanping, also Fujian province, and here local farmers produce Zhanping Shuixian. This is a Shuixian variety, and I actually was here on spring, and we get back to the season of production. And now I just here in a special room when the fermentation are going on, a little bit cooling down fermentation. And here we can see how properly fermented this leaf, because you see it's in Chinese it's called Hunbian Liu Yue. It means like the edge of the leaf already started fermentation, but only by the edge, and the leaf is still green. So it's actually half fermented properly tea looks like this. You can see that most of the leaves are also made like this. It means that very properly technology made, and also not each farmer, not each master can process this same as here. So this is why we work with this farmer because yeah, they really do it professionally. And nowadays they will keep fermentation till morning, and in the morning they will start the next steps of processing. The aroma here is incredible. It's like on any tea factory there's oolong tea production. Here's a Shuixian variety oolong production. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's really smells. And now fermentation starts. The aroma also changed during the night, and in the morning it became even better. And here's the last step of production of Zhanping Shuixian tea. Actually, here is it's called Hongganji, so it's actually the final drying. So the whole process, if you take it shortly, really differs from rock tea, because you need to make a shape like a whisk square, and you need to make it by hand. This packaging made by hand. And how it's all done? Firstly, you have like tea harvesting. After you have the withering, outdoor, indoor withering, shaking. After shaking, you actually process the tea withering fermentation inside the building. And after this, you have a roasting, rolling, and packing in these squares. And after packing, you need to dry. And here's the dryer. Also, you need to be very accurate because you have a paper. It means firstly you have a little bit more higher temperature, but now we have here is only 65, and they don't even keep it fully closed. They especially keep it a little bit open to don't increase temperature too high. To let it dry very softly, and to don't burn the paper for sure. Yeah, this is how it's made. After that, the tea is ready, and it's also stored here because it's quite hot here on site, and they also store it in a fridge. So this is how the tea produced. I'm now in a farm warehouse, we can say, of my friends in Pinhe, and we are trying few types from many destinations actually, because I received many samples. One local tea, it's actually wild grown Pinhe oolong. We had actually oolong from Pinhe, wild black tea, and this is actually the locally processed. Still think that after a few infusions we decided to don't buy the ready product but still produce ourselves from this material, because yeah, then it's not proper technology. It's a little bit bitter, because wild tea is very bitter. It's wild oolong tea trees on the border with Guangdong province. And here I have two types of shenpuer. One is just a regular taiji cha from Manhai, but it's organic taiji cha, and one is cha mu from Jinmai, also organic. Yeah, and two types of red tea, which is I do believe are wonderful. This one is from old trees red tea. I think it's our favorite from all the batches. And we have three shupuers, one from Manku and two from Fenqing, which is quite rare for Fenqing, because Fenqing mostly don't produce shupuer. We focus on red tea, black tea. Yeah, this one is very good. It's green tea, and one is taiji. I think it's good shupuer. Let me later check what's his year of production, because for now I don't know. I decided to divide many testings, because we still have a big bag of white tea to try and some shen, but there are so many types, so we are decided to focus more on dividing. Firstly try more fermented ones, and later try all the rest maybe in the mountains. Today we just was in a factory which produced GABA tea for us, also explained some organic technology, because now we are very focused on having slowly all our assortment organic certified. It's a long way, but we are step by step developing this, and it means that we need to make very hard job with the farmers to explain, to show the techniques, which is why we visited our farms yesterday. The big factories who are producing actually organic tea for years already. Learn something from them and share with our farmers, because we want them to switch. Yeah, I think that's a good tea. This Dianhong I think is a little bit simple, but it depends on the quality and price. Also this shenpuer is quite simple but still sweet. And Jinmai Qiaomu is very good. I think it's very aromatic and floral. Even we had previously very affordable Jinmai tea cake. Maybe you even tried. That's from the same producer, but especially for us reserved one plot of land and they don't use any fertilizers. Yeah, so it's a little bit affect the taste because the crops grow a little bit slower, but still it's good tea. And yes, so I think from this selection we will have at least this thread, maybe not this, and with shen and two types of shu. I think it's great to have. Maybe half of those teas will go to our test batches first, and later we will develop our collection from that. Maybe some limited stuff also go for subscription. We will check. Locally, in most of the Taoist regions of Fujian province, and not only actually, you can find such small temples or small kind of praying place. Here it calls Tudishan. Tudishan, it means literally the god of the land, the god of the local land, local farm. And honoring him, praying for him is just to have better harvest, support from the spirit of the place. And because we're now on traveling, we're now in Zhaoan County of Fujian province, and we need to try a lot of new tea. Relatively very funny to say that this is not the tea from Fujian province. This is tea from Yunnan province, but it's white tea, and the white tea originates still from Fujian. So there are some spiritual connection. I hope local God will not persecute us for the bringing on his land some tea from other region. Yes, but still we are honoring, respect the place. The locals already passed by a few times, like, guys, see what you are doing here. Yeah, but it's what I like in general in China, in most of the places. As soon as you respect the place, no one say you, oh, what you are, you like breaking our traditions or not respect our local culture. So you never hear it in China. As soon as you are respectful, for sure. What we can't say for many other countries and places, that people more strict on their kind of beliefs and rules and traditions. And if someone like arrive to your local temple and start brewing tea there, in most of the places can be not very appreciated. But not in China actually. Finished audio testing. Also some local guys arrived recently. I also give them some Yogurban tea to try. And I selected actually 5. Maybe I will also think about the 6th type from all the collection. So Yogurban, it's 2 types of Gunmei, Shou Mei like tea like this. Also interesting tea, this one is from Bolan Mountain, Dashucha, big trees of Bolan Mountain. And also interesting fact, I found a few cups actually. One is Dun Fan Hun, it's very famous also, Cultural Revolution times saying, yeah, it will have the same name, tea from Yunnan, Fujian County. Also there's a book of Mao Zedong and the sun, and here's the saying, Du Mao Zhi de Shu. It means read the book of Mao Zedong. Du Mao Zhi de Shu, Ting Mao Zhi de Hua. It means listen to Mao Zedong sayings. Yeah, it's Ling, Ling Biao. Yes, there is. It's also hand painted cups, quite interesting. I don't know if it's from Dehua or Jinderzhen, but actually, yeah, it's very interesting. This is actually the cup from a little bit more earlier period, a little bit more simple, but I think it's end of Mingguo period before the revolution in China. Now we will try the last infusion of white, and I think I will be stop on this selection, 5 types out of 13, and do something with that, maybe some our new collection selection. Yeah, and we need to go to the next destination. So finally I'm in Wuyishan and Wuyishan Chabohui, Wuyishan Tea Exhibition, Tea Expo, one of the biggest in the world we can say, because actually there are some more bigger like in Xiamen or Guangzhou and so on, but this one is one of more respectable because it's really focused on rock tea, rock oolong from Wuyishan and also other types, and now it's grow each year. It's already almost 20 years, and here we have the biggest building actually, because last time I was here not as exhibitor, I was like just a visitor, and it was much smaller, and now it's like wow, 2 floors, very huge, and there's everything, not only tea but also tea equipment, tea packaging, whatever. And it's also international. There's a big stand for Idailu, actually not very big, but we are part of this initiative, Idailu One Belt One Road, international initiative of China. And here we actually, first as exhibitor will present our goods, our herbal tea, our tea which we produce in China, what we make by order, our special recipes, our pottery, even jade, because I'm a little bit big fan of jade, something, and also meet Chinese friends, because of many friends will visit me here from many provinces of China. So it's a very good platform, because when you know like hundreds of people in China, but not all the time I have time to meet them, but I will meet them there here.